it's Kim. I'm just gonna do a quick flow. See if my crazy kitten anchovies participates or not. Don't mind the cat toys all over my house. Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and start out in child's pose. So, forehead resting on your mat, knees together or spread wide. So just settling in. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice. So take a big breath in, fill up, expand through your ribs and back ribs, and then a long exhale, just let it all go. So big breath in, filling up, expanding through your ribs and back ribs. Exhale, let it all go. If it feels good, you can gently roll your forehead from side to side. Maybe spreading your fingers wide, pressing into your palms. And just breathing here. We'll go ahead and slowly make our way up to our hands and knees. So stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We'll take a few rounds of our cat-cows. So we'll inhale, crown to the front, tail to the back. Exhale to your cat, round your back, push out all of the air. Inhale to your cow. Exhale to your cat. So just taking a few rounds of each, moving with your breath. And anytime your mind starts to race, just coming back to your breath, back to your intention. We'll go ahead and make our way back to a neutral spine, neutral position. We'll take a few hip rolls to the right. So just getting out any snaps, crackles, and pops. Go ahead and switch directions. Take a few hip rolls to the left. We'll make our way back to center. Come into our extended puppy pose. So walk your palms toward the top of your mat. Spread your fingers wide. Melt your chest toward the mat. Reach your tail to the sky. So head and neck just staying kind of relaxed or neutral. And just breathing here, maybe feeling your chest expand with each inhale. We're going to slowly walk our hands back under our shoulders. We're going to extend our left leg to the back. So flex your foot, dial those toes down. So right arm to the front. We're going to round our back, elbow to knee. Open up. Elbow to knee. Open up. One more time, elbow to knee. Open up. Staying here, or if it feels okay, you can reach back, maybe fishing for that foot and lifting by pressing the foot into the palm. We'll go ahead and extend that arm, extend that leg. Slowly release down. So we'll extend our right leg to the back, left arm to the front. So pulling in opposite directions. Elbow to knee. Open up. Elbow to knee. Open up. One more time. Elbow to knee. Open up. Staying here, maybe fishing for that foot and lifting by pressing the foot into the palm. So just breathing here. We'll extend and release to our mat. Reach that right arm to the sky, and then thread your needle right cheek and shoulder on your mat. So you can stay here. If you want a little bit more, you can bring that left hand to that right hip pocket. You can extend that left leg nice and long. We'll go ahead and release back down, make our way back to our tabletop position. Inhale that left arm to the sky. Exhale, thread your needle. And just coming to wherever feels good to you on this side. Maybe bringing that right hand to that left hip pocket. Maybe extending that right leg nice and long. And just breathing here. So just inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Melting into that shoulder. Peeling that top shoulder open. We'll go ahead and make our way back up to our hands and knees. We're going to go ahead and tuck our toes. We're going to engage our core. Press into the palms, spread your fingers wide, and we're just going to lift those shins a couple inches off of the mat. So just bring them to hover. So engaging the core. And then press back to your first downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal out your feet. Maybe swaying into the hips if that feels good to you. Go ahead and inhale, rise up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press your heels toward the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, heels down. One more time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, heels toward the mat. So we'll reach that right leg to the sky. Bend your knee, peel open your hip. Maybe rolling out that ankle. We'll reach that right leg to the sky. Release right foot to meet left. We'll reach that left foot, bend your knee, peel open your hip, and just take any movements on this side that feel good to you. So trying to press equally into both palms, trying to keep those shoulders square to the top of your mat. And then we'll release left foot to meet right. Tiptoe your feet up toward the top of your mat. So inhale, halfway lift, crown to the front, tail to the back. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale your arms to the sky. Go ahead and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. We'll step back to our high push-up. So shoulders over wrists, engage that core. Exhale to low, so hug those elbows in. Arms bent to about a 90-degree angle. And then just release you onto your mat. Release your belly. We'll come into a gentle cobra pose. So we should barely have any weight in the hands. Nice neutral gaze toward the top of our mat or the floor just in front of us. And then we'll press back to our child's pose. So just pausing here. Coming back to your breath, coming back to your intention. And just feeling the support of your mat. So always knowing that child's pose is here. And sometimes that doing less is more. Just listening to your body. And knowing when to maybe back off. Just taking those nice, long inhales and exhales through the nose. We'll go ahead and press back to our downward facing dog. we'll walk, step, or float to the top of our mat. So inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale to up. Exhale to down. Walk, step, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale to up. Exhale to down. Take a nice long inhale, rise up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, heels toward the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, heels toward the mat. We'll bend our knees, gaze between our thumbs, walk, step, or float to the top of our mat. So inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll heel toe our feet toward the outer edges of our mat, coming into our ragdoll. So grabbing opposite elbows, letting that head and neck hang nice and heavy. Just allowing any stress, any tension to just pour off your neck and back. So just leaving it on your mat. Can stay right here, or if you want a little bit more on the shoulders, you can interlace fingers behind the back. Just let those arms fall forward. So letting that head and neck hang nice and heavy. Just breathing here. We'll go ahead and release our hands, heel toe our feet back to about hip width apart. So we'll inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and inhale your arms to the sky. And we'll sink down to our chair. So sinking your weight into your heels. Tucking that tail.
The clinical use of PCP was discontinued.
Lifting your chest. And just breathing here. So tuck that tail, suck that belly button up and in. We're going to rock forward to our drinking bird. So rock onto the balls of the feet, palms down, squeeze those pinkies in. Sink back to your chair. Rock forward to your drinking bird. So palms down, pinkies squeezing in. Sink back to your chair. We're going to sink a little deeper, making our way all the way into a seated position on our mat. So we're going to set up for our boat pose. So go ahead and plant the feet about hip width apart. Imagine a string connecting your head to the ceiling. You can extend the arms and stay right here. You can release the arms for support. You can bend the knees, lift them up. So just lifting through the crown, engaging that core, sucking our belly button to our spine. We're going to release the feet, release the hands, and come into our reverse tabletop. So lift those hips and thighs, head and neck can be relaxed or neutral, whatever feels good to you. We're going to come back down to our seated position, come back up to our boat pose. So just coming into whatever variation feels good to you. If it feels okay, maybe lifting the legs, engaging the core, reach that crown to the sky. Breathing here. And then we'll release, coming back to our reverse tabletop. Press into those feet, lift those hips, lift those thighs. We'll come back down to our seated position. Come up one more time. So coming to whichever variation of boat feels good to you. Suck that belly button in. We're going to either release to our reverse tabletop or reverse plank. So lift those hips, lift those thighs. We'll come back down to our seated position. We're just going to come on to our back. So we're going to rock and roll from head to tail. So just massaging out that spine. We're going to make our way into our downward facing dog. So you can either step back to your downward facing dog, or if you want, you can take the flow. Just taking a moment here. Maybe pedaling out those feet. Maybe swaying into your hips. We'll keep our feet on our two separate planes, two separate running boards. Step that right foot forward. Rise up to your crescent lunge. So back leg nice and long. Right knee over that right ankle. We'll take a gentle twist to the right. So left arm to the front, right arm to the back. Reach those arms in those opposite directions. Either staying here or maybe reaching that right arm back, reaching that left arm to the sky. Really extend through those fingertips. Nice stretch in that side body. We'll release our hands, frame that front foot, step back to our high plank. Roll our heels to the right. Come into our side plank. So shoulder over that wrist. Reach that left hip to the sky. You can always drop that right knee. Maybe extend that arm toward the front of the room. Try to stack those hips. We'll come back to our high push-up. Bend that right knee. Right toes to the left side of our mat. So coming into our wild thing. So reach those hips up. We'll come back to our high push-up. Exhale to low. Inhale to up. And exhale to down. So keep those feet on those two separate planes. Step that left foot forward. And rise up to your crescent lunge on this side. So back leg nice and long. We'll take a gentle twist to the left. Right arm to the front, left arm to the back. Pull those arms in those opposite directions. Maybe staying here, maybe reaching that right arm to the sky, releasing your back arm down your leg. Just trying to get a nice stretch in that side body. We'll go ahead and release our hands, frame that front foot. So step back to your high push-up. Pause here. Engage that core. You can always drop your knees. We'll roll our heels to the left. And come into our side plank on this side. So maybe flexing those feet, engaging that core. Maybe reaching those right fingertips toward the front of the room. We'll come back to our high push-up. Bend that left leg, left toes to the right side of your mat. Coming into your wild thing. So just lifting those hips. We'll come back to our high push-up. Exhale to low. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Go ahead and exhale back to your child's pose. So breathing here. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling through the nose. So taking those gentle rhythmic breaths, filling up through the belly, the chest, the ribs, And then emptying out again. So almost using your breath to massage your body from the inside. So feeling that support. Just relaxing into your mat. We're going to go ahead and come back up to our tabletop position and make our way into a seated position. So go ahead and bring your legs nice and long in front of you. We're going to come into a little heart opener. So we're going to come into our fish pose. So if you want to go ahead, you can bring your hands under your seat. We want to expand our chest like it's going over top of a giant beach ball, lowering down onto our elbows toward the top or crown of our head. Slowly make our way onto our backs. Go ahead and bend that right knee in, right ankle to the top of that left thigh, and then hug that left knee to your chest. You can point or flex the feet. Just add any movements or any adjustments that feel good to you. So letting any tension just pour out. We'll switch sides. Left ankle to the top of the right leg. Hug that right knee in. Maybe pointing or flexing the feet. And just breathing here. We'll extend that left leg nice and long. Hug your right knee in and pull it over to the left side of the body. So coming into our supine spinal twist. We'll come back to center. Right leg nice and long. Hug that left knee and pull it over to the right side. So just keeping a connection with your shoulders to the mat. We'll go ahead and come back to center. Come into our happy baby pose. So just grabbing the outer edges of the feet. Try to press your lower back towards your mat. Gently rocking from side to side. Just try to massage out that lower back. We'll go ahead and come back to center. Reach those legs to the sky. You can roll out the wrists and ankles. I'm going to go ahead and curl up into a tight little ball. Give yourself a great big hug. So squeeze your fingers, squeeze your toes, squeeze all of the muscles in your face and body, and then just let go, coming into your final resting position. So just closing the eyes, breathing here. Whenever you're ready, slowly beginning to add movement. So maybe wiggling your fingers, maybe wiggling your toes. So just slowly rolling over onto the right side of the body. Just pausing here. So maybe taking a moment to thank yourself for coming to your mat, to your practice today. And then whenever you're ready, slowly making your way up to an easy seated posture. So we'll bring hands to heart center. The light within me honors the light, love, and peace within you. And together we'll bow forward and say, Namaste. Yay! Have an awesome rest of your day, rest of your night, week, or weekend. Thank you so much. Adios.